That is up and running. So thank you for everybody who was able to make it. This week, as you see, is all about Reels. And this series is for our beauty advisors to help them with anything, I guess, social media or just content producing. So if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. You can always reach out through my email, or you can message me on one of these apps. If you have ideas or things that you want to learn about, I can always mention it on my next reels as well. So this is definitely created for you, and you all shape it for me. So let's get started. Next, or every Thursday, just a reminder for our Facebook Live Lancome USA, we have our brand ambassador, Robert Cook, and he is on Facebook Live on the Lancome USA page every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And I want to make sure everyone knows this. And if you show up, then make sure you let us know and drop your name with your store in the chat. And if I see it, I'm going to make sure to recognize you on Bravo. Sometimes your clients show up and they mention your name too, and I'll recognize you for that as well. And I think that is great. It's just another way for you to get more training, more information now that so much is digital. Robert is our #1 star every single Thursday, and it has become this wonderful get together. And I hope, if you haven't experienced Robert on Facebook Live yet, I know you've probably seen him on HSN. Make sure that you connect with us there. If you could just make sure that your phones are on mute right now. I'm hearing a little background, that'd be great. All right, so let's talk about what we're going to go through today. It's going to be all about Reels, and we're going to talk about why. And I'm going to take you through a step-by-step. It's super simple. The step-by-step is not complicated at all. Oh, I don't know what's going on here. Oh, sorry, guys. Let me open my PowerPoint again. All right. We just let me know that you see it. Maybe Robert, Chrisette, or Rachel, who I know is on.
I can see it.
Yay! Okay.
Yeah.
So step by step, and then Reels for business, why this pertains to you, and maximizing your content on different platforms. And I wanted to also give you some content hacks, because those always inspire me to create content. So I feel like sharing content hacks is always super fun to do, but it also gets you motivated to create some content. So Instagram Reels is a 15 to 30-second video clip set to music, and you can share these clips to stories, your Explore feed, and the Reels tab on a user's profile. It's similar to TikTok, and it's basically the reason why Instagram created this, because they noticed their following was really going over to TikTok. They wanted to save their following from going there and giving them tools. So as you can see with the arrow, you find the Reels section there, and it really functions very similar to TikTok. So you can post the same 30-second clip as a reel rather than a video, because it's going to lead to more views and engagement. And I'll talk a little bit about why. The percentage of US-based TikTok users aged between 25 and 34 increased from 22% in January to 27 in April, while the 18 to 24-year-old bracket fell from 41 to 53 on Instagram. So, or 35, sorry. I read that backwards. So it fell from 41 to 35. Our age group from 18 to 24-year-olds is lacking. And so, like I said, it's the reason why Instagram has created this. And really, the main reasons why you want to do it for your business is because of the reach. In true Instagram fashion, once they release a new Instagram feature, they really want you to use that feature. And so it's going to boost your exposure. So people who are using the app will have a much greater reach, much more than you would on your own video. To maximize it, you need to record and edit the effects in your Instagram Reels, and Instagram will recognize that and allow you to have a greater reach as well. And utilizing the Explore page is going to help guide users to the right content for them. So be sure to use trending hashtags and music. And then if you're unsure what those trends are, you can always type in the search bucket to find that out. And then it also helps consumers get more of what they want. So it helps create engaging content. So people want to see more 15 to 30-second videos. If you're an artist, you know how difficult that is because you're like, but what about this step? Or what about this step? I want to make it very easy and digestible for you today and to give you the permission to not have to put every single step in your video. Even the fast forward button is great sometimes, but sometimes when it comes to a makeup look, the fast forward button still can feel too long. So maybe just using different clips that will really give your consumers something that is exciting for them. And it's going to be exciting for you too. This is your Reels step by step. So first step is to record. You want to record your clips. As you can see on the left-hand side picture, you see different clips. I recorded a Reels in 4 clips and I did it in 5 minutes and it was super easy. What you need is just good lighting. Using the timing feature was what was helpful for me. I used the timing feature and then I went to the clip and I slid it and cut out the piece where I'm pressing the record or stop record button. And that will lead you into the next. There's a lot of great features on the app to help you line up your clips. So you can get a little bit more technical if you want, but you really don't have to. You can keep it super simple like I did and get good lighting, use the different features that they have, show one motion. So when I say we tend to get overly processed in our thinking with videos, pick one motion. What are you there to show? For me, I was showing the tinted moisturizers because this week we're talking about SPF and different ways to use SPF. And I showed the Skin Feels Good versus a CC cream on my face. And rather than show like the technique to blend, I just showed myself swiping it on my face, basically. And that's okay. Your client gets the point. You can start and stop recording multiple times during your video. And some people really like to use the transition of holding it down, but it becomes a little bit more difficult if you need both of your hands to do a motion. So if you don't want to have to like slide the video to clip it and to edit out like the parts that you don't want people to see, then using the stop recording button by holding the record button down is how you can do it. And you could do that as many times as you want. Well, up to 30 seconds, I should say. And then you want to add extras. So like I said before, in the app is where you want to really create your content and you can do music and stickers. You can do fun transitions. Again, I kept it super simple. So what you're going to see from my finished product was something that I was capable of doing in 5 minutes. And then post, make sure you save your full video because you can use it on other platforms. There's lots of ways to make your videos look seamless and unique, but it's also simple for beginners. So if the extras are things that complicate your process, cut those out because you really don't need to have a lot of extras to make a great looking video. And you'll see here, this is my finished product. I didn't add any extras or sound on here, but I seamlessly showed different ways of how to use the start and stop button. And that was it. Super easy. I showed the different textures. What you could do is even take some before and after shots and even plug those in. It's pretty fun to do. And then on this one, I kind of showed you how to toggle on adding in little extras if you wanted to. Sorry, it's a little pixelated as well. I did a before and after sticker because this seems to be such a driven type of content, especially when it comes to beauty. So if you are just beginning, start with a before and after. Take a picture of your face before you put a tinted moisturizer on and then take an after. And honestly, that's as simple as you need to be with this because people really gravitate towards that. Any before and after that I've done has gotten way more views and way more reach than anything else that I've done. So using Native Reels tools to create your content, it has editing tools and music and visual effects that you can add to make your videos really pop, and Instagram recommends that you use them. It's also important to note that Instagram has said it no longer pushes Instagram Reels out into the Explorer feeds if they have a watermark from another social media network. So if you create something on TikTok, then you need to make sure that you take the watermark off if you're hoping to expand your reach. So meaning if you want Instagram to share this video, it won't share a video that has the TikTok watermark. So keep it looking as native as possible. Either record them inside the Instagram app or use a program that won't leave a watermark on them. And I have a recommendation for you on that as well. So when it comes to your business, you want to pull your viewers in immediately by sharing educational content. As with video content on other channels, the few seconds of your Instagram reel are the most important, and you want to do or say something that stops the viewer immediately and pulls them in and gets them to watch more. This might be something like flashing piece of text or a sticker. It could also be just the first words. So your grabber is really important. And it could be something that you're saying to them like, stop, watch this video, something easy like that. And then also creating authentic content is going to keep viewers engaged. You might think that 15 seconds isn't long enough for anyone to watch, but we as humans don't like things that are much longer than 15 seconds, believe it or not. Some of you might agree, some of you might disagree, but basically the viewer who's watching a lot of content right now on social media, they want it to be around 15 seconds. So to keep them watching for longer, you want to make sure to keep it interesting. So work on progressing into interesting edits and creative transitions to keep your content engaging and your viewers watching. So let's now talk about maximizing on Instagram Reels. So it's really good to save this content because you can use it in other areas. So share on platforms you can use. There's apps you can get that make it easier for sharing. And I'll give you a little tip for YouTube right now. Something that YouTube is doing is creating what's called shorts. So if you put the hashtag shorts in the description and the title using the hashtag shorts, your video will get tons of exposure. And the reason is because people are not yet utilizing this hack right now. So it's also the reason why Reels is getting people lots of followers right now as well, because a lot of people are still not tapping into Reels. So these are ways for you to grow your business by putting these short videos into a YouTube and hashtagging shorts on it. And then for TikTok, you can make sure you're reposting it, but then also using relevant hashtags, which is really important. And for Facebook, make sure you're posting there as well, because Facebook is a really great platform still for your clientele who prefers that platform. They can go and they can see your content there. InShot is a great editing app for beginners or for not beginners. You can use this to create easy content that is going to keep your content free of a watermark. And then also, it's just a very useful platform because of it's very intuitive, I think. I use it often recently, and it's easy to go in and understand how to use the platform. If you've never edited content before, you can do it in a more professional way. And make sure when you are shooting content that we used to for iMovie, you have to do horizontal. Now for all of these platforms, you want to make sure you're on vertical. You may have known that already though. And then if you want to find out relevant hashtags that are up and coming, and also songs, Trend Talk, which there's a fee, is an AI powered analytics tool that gives you future trending songs and hashtags. So that's a really cool one if you want to tap into the future. And then there's also an app called Later, which I want to get into in a second. But with all of this, make sure you're using captions on all content. It's the way that everything is going, because a lot of the time people won't have their earbuds in or AirPods in, and they want to be able to look at your content, but they don't want to put the volume on because maybe they want to have some privacy or something. So they'll want to read it. And then it's also great for hearing impaired as well. A lot of apps are recommending it for just to be all inclusive as well. And then the Later scheduling app, I think is a great idea, because if you do not have time to do content on a regular basis, pick one day a month to do it. And you can shoot a bunch of content, and then you can schedule it on the Later app, and it will go out to multiple platforms. So you don't have to think about it. And we have a social calendar at Longcomb that makes it even easier. So this week on our social calendar, it's all about SPF. So if you did your content based on the social calendar, which is a really smart thing to do as well, because it's telling you what clients are looking for, then you are all set for the month and you don't even have to worry. And then you can even sprinkle in different content throughout the month. Something you can always sprinkle in is bridal. And because bridal is now not just a spring, summer type of thing, people are doing bridal at every month in the year. So if you want to sprinkle in bridal throughout the months in different looks, then do that as well. Things that you can always sprinkle in are top sellers, like dual finish or mascara, things like that. But for the most part, you really want to stay to what the social calendar is saying. And if you are not receiving that currently, just send me a message and I'll make sure that you're on that. So this Later app is a great tool for business managers to be utilizing right now. And then I want to make sure that we give you some content hacks. So some of the issues that can come up with creating content that can become exhausting are things like background, having the right tripod, or bad lighting. And I want to take you through a few different tricks that I've used to make this a lot easier for me. So we'll start first with the no background. So the first thing you want to do is put your phone into portrait mode. And if you can access your phone right now, try to do this alongside with me. But go into portrait mode and you want to select switch it to studio mode. There's different modes that you can do. Studio mode is a great one. Then you want to tap the F. You could see her pointing to the top corner and slide it to 0. I think it's on like 16. You want to toggle it all the way to 0. And then you can see the before and after. That is what it will do for your background, is it will blur everything out, which is really cool and makes your portrait look just professional, even though you may have done it on your phone. If you need something for like a tripod, or you need to like do something with both your hands and you can't hold a mirror, I love this hack. I do it all the time when I'm doing something to do with like a facial, because it's just so much easier. And using painter's tape, it's still touch sensitive, your phone is. Just make sure you have it very secure, because it would be such a bummer if you didn't use enough tape and your phone fell down. And if you have a newer version of the phone, I just got a new iPhone 12. It's so much heavier than my last iPhone. So make sure that your phone is secure. We want to make sure your phone is safe. But there's other ways that you can use this. So the obvious way is the mirror, and it allows you to free up your hand and then look directly at the camera, and then also see what you're doing at the same time. So you can shoot it straight on. But then you can also create cool effects. So you can attach this to doors, and you could do different transitions. And if you attach it to a door and slowly swing the door closed, that's another creative way to create a transition. You could put it on a swivel chair and you can make it adjustable. You can also use this as like a cool transition as well, getting creative. And then putting it on a window would be really great as well, because you get natural lighting. You can also adjust the light. If you have a window that opens and closes vertically, then you can adjust it, and just like you would a tripod, which I think is really great. And then I love this one. I haven't tried it yet, but I want to, but it's with lighting. So if you have backlit lighting and but it's pretty beautiful, you can create a beautiful glow by just putting your hand on where the light is hitting, and it's going to reflect off your hand into your face. And just like lots of photographers, you'll see them carry around this shiny thing to catch the light. You could just grab like a white piece of paper or a white board, and it will also reflect the light. So the picture on the very left is her using her hand to create the soft glow, and then on the right she's using that white board, and then without it you see it on the far right. And so those are my different content hacks. Another one that I was thinking about, but is just a super easy one. If you don't have a remote to take pictures and you don't want to use the timing feature on your phone, you can always use your earbuds. So it has the volume up and down button on it if they're the iPhone ones. plug it into your phone and use it as your clicker, and it'll take the picture for you, which I think is really cool. Before I open it up for any questions or answers or closing, I want to make sure that you attend next month our Get Social series with Steve. I'm going to butcher his last name. I'll make sure to say it correctly next time, but it's Kasajikian, who is Urban Decay global makeup artist. He is an incredible makeup artist and so good at producing content. Find him on Instagram. He's going to be with me in July. Him and I did a video together last year for L'Oreal and Ulta, and it was just so fun. And I learned so much from him just by observing him. He goes live on the Urban Decay page all the time. And if you need some tips on going live, he is so wonderful to do that. But then also content-wise, very few people right now are really growing their community on Instagram. A lot of people are going into TikTok and finding ways to grow their community there. But we at Lancome, we utilize our Instagram pages in a really great way. So I don't want you to not pay attention to Instagram or Facebook if you're there. But Steve is someone who has grown his following steadily through the things that he's doing, and he's constantly producing content and going live. So if you're looking for fun ideas and just need some more, maybe you just need to understand like what going live really looks like, or what creating different looks on Instagram and doing these short videos looks like, go follow him. And then also just get ready to see what he's going to be giving us content wise for July. He's going to be here sharing some tips and tricks on his creating content and a little bit about his journey. So wanted to make sure that I put that out there as well. All right, so we have, nice, it's 11:33. Get you out on time. I want to open it up for some questions, if you have any. Cosette, I see that you love him, his makeup look, awesome. I know he always has these really fun looks to do. And I love that it's gonna be one of our sister brands. Urban Decay is, you know, near and dear to a lot of our people's hearts. So it's really fun to be learning from other brands, and then to also create, get inspiration from other brands, because sometimes we could just see too much of what we already know and it's not always inspiring. So I'm excited for Steve to be here to help shake things up a little bit. So if you, and you're welcome, Joe. My pleasure for getting this out there to you. And I will make sure I post, I think I'm going to post the social media calendar on our Facebook pages, because it seemed like a really great way to reach out to our field. And so I'll show you what it's going to look like. Sorry, I didn't mute my my thing, so I'm getting lots of beeps in. And where can we watch this recorded video? Some parts you were able to catch. I will make sure to put this recording on Pop-Up Artistry and on our Lancome Learning page. So I'll make sure it's there for you. I upload it to YouTube. There's past months that I've uploaded as well, so you can see all the different ones that I've done. And with the social calendar, I'll make sure that you have access to that as well. Make sure to remind you on a weekly basis. And I will put in the YouTube and Facebook page in this chat after this is done. But if there's no other questions, thank you so much for joining me this week. And I can't wait to see you next month as well. So have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, Caroline.
You're welcome.